What's up, everyone? Here, this is your boy MTH. I'm back with another tutorial, guys. If you are new to this YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. And then, if you appreciate our content, don't feel afraid to share it with your friends. Okay, guys. Just like I said, we'll be doing the Bulma. Sorry about that. We'll be using the DOM manipulation using JavaScript. So we'll be doing the basic, and then all you have to do for the CSS part, I won't be doing CSS a lot. I'll be just using the Bulma CSS to take care of that for me. And then you can just go to bulma.io. Okay, let me just go to their homepage, bulma.io, and then you'll see something like getting started. Get started. You can just use the npm install if you are working with Node.js. But for me, I'll be using getting started, and then I'll grab our HTML link. Because that's where I will be working, so I don't have any server running on my side. So I'll just copy this and then go to our code and then paste it at the head, um, and then try to look for anything that's there. You got columns, you can be able to do columns, yeah, things like that, guys. And then if you want a shorter one, you can just search here. Maybe just say container. I'll just search for container. Okay. Container. So as you can see, a result that show here. Okay, if we click on that, it should be able to show us some code and result. As you can see, it's simple. So this is the actual container that they are using. Okay. So yeah, guys, let's just get back to our code, and then I'll just remove this. Okay. So we'll just say dot container. We'll work with the container and then dot. Okay, so I'll do that. And then we just say has text, and then you want to align that text to the center. And then yeah, guys, we can just get started using the label. I'm just doing basic stuff, guys. For username, we're gonna have an input with an ID called username, and then I'm just gonna say username, and then I want it to be below that so that it does not be an inline text. And then I'm gonna just say input, just a normal input, which is text. Yes, and then you'll be removing the name attribute because you won't be using it. And then here all you have to do is to just say username, just like you did on the for attribute in the label element. So yeah, guys, and then I'll need some sort of like a button. Okay, so just say button, and then okay, button, and then we're gonna give it a class of button, and then is in full. So I'll have that, and then I'll call it submit. Okay, yeah, that's all we need. Let me just open this live. Okay, so if you want to open it live on the browser, you can download an extension in Visual Studio Code called live server to just kind of like give you the power to view all the changes that you do on your code, which is this one. You'll see an install button here, but for me, I already have it installed, so that button won't appear on my side. So let's go to the browser. Okay, so this is what you'll be seeing. Maybe I want to add some sort of like blog. Okay, sorry about that. Blog, and then I'm just gonna just copy all of this code and then to here, and then do some simple styling on our CSS. So I'm just gonna say link, and then which is style.css, and then I'm gonna open that to the side, and then I'm gonna grab the dot block, okay, And then we want to say margin top, and then we want to separate it by around maybe 10%, not sure, so that it does not come to be nearer the upper screen. So yeah guys, we've just done this, and then yeah, let's just get started. um yeah guys, just continue. Sorry about that. Just I thought the recording stopped because sometimes it doesn't its own stuff. And then let's just continue. Okay, so another thing that we need, dot result. This is just a dynamic part, and then I'm just gonna say has text which is centered. Yeah, and then you're gonna have a paragraph tag which would just say hello, name of the user. But now the trick is, now we're just manually typing this for ourselves. We are manually doing it for ourselves, which means it's not an application, so we can't always, maybe a new user gets to be signed on our app, we want to maybe manually type that. So that's where the DOM manipulation comes in JavaScript. So yeah, maybe let's just say user puts in his or her name and then clicks on submit. This must be appended here on the name part and then to create the user. So yeah guys, let's just get started with JavaScript. So I'm just gonna open it on the side, and then I'm gonna just say script. We're gonna have a script, and then the source must be slash and then dom.js. Okay, so just to test this, if it was successfully connected or linked, we can just alert. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, um okay, so you just say hey user, it's supposed to appear here. Okay, I'm just gonna refresh again. Okay, so yes, we have successfully linked those to the HTML and the JavaScript. So now what we want to do, we want to reference the button. We want to reference the button because whenever like the user clicks, they can't click on a button when there's empty input here. So we already know automatically that a user will first write his or her name and then clicks on submit. So that's why we want to add an event listener. Okay, so we just reference the button. I'm gonna call this a variable called btn, and then I'm gonna just say is equal to document. We use the document because JavaScript is a document, and then I like to use dot query selector. Yeah, I like to use that. You can use the other ones um, called get element by ID, get element by class name, which is very basic. So I'm gonna use the dot to identify that. And remember, we said our button has a class of button, which is this class here. So the dot symbol represents the class. So and then we just have to say button. Okay, that's all we need to do, and then we just need to attach it with a event listener. There are many event listeners out there, guys. So we'll just say btn dot add event listener. So just like I said, this takes the type of event that you want to work with. Let's just say I want to work with the click one, so I just say click. Okay, sorry about that. I keep on using the add symbol. So we're gonna just say add and then click. We want to add event listener to that button, and then this accepts a callback function. You may use arrow functions, or you may use the normal JavaScript function, which is function and then your brackets, and then the curly brackets. And then what you want to do now, after we have gotten that after we have that event listener, and then what you want to do, I'll just say alert clicked. So I'll just say clicked. Okay, so it's messing up my code. So just say alert clicked just to show you that it has been attached. Okay, let me just refresh. I think we haven't gotten. Okay, so it says clicked and then again clicked. Okay, so it means we have successfully added an event listener here. So now we want to reference the input to get the value from that input. So now what we would have is have some sort of like a variable var input, and then we need to reference that by using the document again. And then this time I'll use the get element by ID so that I can be able to show you in terms of how to use this. So I'm just gonna say get element by ID. There it is. We're gonna get the element by ID, and then we need to specify the ID that we want to get with. I'll just say in we used, I think, username. Yes, it was user name, which is this one. Where's that input? You've got the ID, get element by ID, which is username, and then username, which will work. And then all we have to do is to just say alert. So I'm just gonna alert the data input. So to grab the data, we're gonna just say dot value. This only works on an input, guys. You can't use dot value on a button. You can't use that on a button. So yeah, we will come here and then I'll refresh again, and then I'll just write a random name and then click on submit, and then you see it was able to reference this name, which is Bonagele. And then now what you want to do is to dynamically insert that on our paragraph tag. So this is the power of what you would call DOM manipulation with JavaScript. Okay, so I want to reference again a paragraph. I'm gonna just say var p. I'm gonna make a variable called p, and then I'm gonna say document dot. Last time I used get element by ID. Okay, so I'll get element by class name. Get element by class name, and then again this accepts the class name, which is the paragraph, since we have only the paragraph, and then we need to add a class there, and then I'll just add p again so that it will be easier. P, and then we can just say p dot inner HTML is equals to the message that we want to append there, hello, and then we need to combine the string with a variable which is input dot value. So we'll be using that, and then yeah, I think this should work. Okay, if it does not, we'll be able to fix that, no problem. Okay, let me just refresh because sometimes it's behind. Okay, so it was not able to reference the p tag, so I'll just use the other one, dot get element by tag name. So as you can see, guys, it brings a lot of power when you want to work with that. When this one is not working, you'll be able to work with the other one. So you see, it's very handy, guys. And then Bunagele, and then I click on that. Okay, so even for this one, it's not working. It's fine. I'll just say console. I'll console the paragraph, which is the p, and then we want to inspect that. We want to inspect that. Then I'll just refresh. Just refresh, and then go to the console, and then click. Okay, so it was able to grab that. So for this, it did append it, right? but it did not show the result. So that's the disadvantage of others. They can't do the inner HTML so that it can appear. But if I can use my query selector, I'll use that one. So that is why I love to use the query selector, because it's very powerful. It can do both at the same time, whereby I can be able to add some text there. I'll be able to do some certain stuff there, so which is very very great. So yeah, I'm just gonna refresh again because I'm 100% sure this is not the latest. So I'm just gonna click on Bonagele and click on create. Okay, so it said hello to the inner text did not change. Okay, so there's something that we are doing wrong. um, okay, I can remove the variable now because I can see that it's creating confusion. Okay, let me just remove that, so we will no longer be storing it in a variable. So let me just expand that and then just remove again this. We'll just type it again, dot query selector, which is the paragraph, and then gonna just say inner. Okay, so my spelling was not correct. It was supposed to be HTML, the uppercase, right? But it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna just say hello, and then combine those two, which is input dot value. We're gonna grab the value, and then yeah, this should work. So I'm just gonna refresh again. So I'm gonna just insert the name, and then you can, as you can see, change. If I can come back again and then change the name to somebody else. So yeah, guys, this is how we'll do it. And then let's just say if you want to clear the form now, let's just say you want to clear the input, you'll just have to copy this, just control copy, same as before. And then dot is it dot value? Yes, dot value. You're gonna say is equals to an empty string. Okay, sorry about that. An empty string, and then this should be able to clear our input. Okay. So I'm waiting for it to load, and then yes, we are done. Bunagele, and then click on that. As you can see, there's no name anymore, which is great, guys. And then I can just say Duduzo and then click on hello Duduzo, which is great, guys. Yes, catch us on another tutorial. This time I want to advance the things, maybe move to Node.js tutorials and then see where we end up on. So yeah, guys, yeah, that is how we would use this. And then yeah, guys, just comment out any ideas in terms of what you want to learn again based on JavaScript. I'm a full stack developer on JavaScript. I work with Node.js. Yeah, I work with Node.js and Express. So yeah, and handlebars, and then some few databases such as PostgreSQL and also the Firebase. I know Firebase and Firestore. Okay, so those are the technologies that I know, and then I've got also unit testing. So yeah, I'm hoping to do that also again on this channel. So yeah, please help out the channel by liking and subscribing to the content, and then click on the notification bell so that whenever we upload again, you'll be able to get updated. So yeah, thanks guys. See you on the next tutorial. So yeah, peace.